Hi, everyone. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me. This is Heather Lloyd Martin, and I'm CEO of SuccessWorks SEO Copywriting. Today, I want to talk about a really fun content strategy, and this one can really come into play if you are stuck for things to write about. I know that with any business, when you're blogging every day or a few times a week, or if you're writing a lot of articles, sometimes you hit that wall and you think, I have no idea what to write about right now. So, this is a way that you can create really useful content. You can showcase your expertise and give readers what you want and drive that traffic to your site. And that's by answering questions. And here's what I mean. Your target market has questions. They're typing stuff into Google every day that might not necessarily be sales related. At that point, they might not be looking for a product or for a service, but it might be related, their question, to something that you offer. So, for example, here's a search for how do I file estimated taxes? And you can see the suggested results that come up of how do I file estimated tax payments, quarterly taxes, and then there's how do I file estimated taxes as an independent contractor. If you are a bookkeeper or a CPA, someone who is targeting folks that would be filing taxes, this is actually an opportunity for you because you could build out an article or a blog post about this type of topic. And you can also expand that out to Twitter and your other social media, but just for your website, this gives you stuff that you can write about. So when you're trying to figure out what kind of questions to answer, the first thing you do is think about what your prospects are asking you. So when you're picking up the phone and talking to people, chances are you get very similar types of questions. So what you can do is have answers to those questions by writing articles about them and posting that on your website or posting blog posts. If you work with customer service reps, this is something that you can ask them because you might find out that they are hearing questions that you never even thought about. You never knew that people were asking those types of things. So again, that gives you a really cool opportunity to create a blog post around those questions and post them onto your site. So start making a list and prioritize it. If you know that there is a question that comes up all the time that pretty much everybody asks, put that first. And that's something that you can plan for it later. So the second thing you can also do is do a little bit more research. The internal brainstorming is really fun, but you can also look externally. So go to competing sites and figure out what your competitors are writing about. Are they using this kind of strategy right now? And if so, what kind of questions are they answering? Are there any that you didn't have on your list already? Of course, key phrase research is always a great way to get ideas. And also just checking out what's happening on social media with, what's going on out there, looking at your competitors' social media, seeing if there might be questions that come through, say, Twitter that are different than what you're hearing from customer service reps. So certainly, do a really broad scope research of the types of opportunities out there and just continue adding things to your list. Once you have a pretty solid list, and I guarantee that you'll have a lot of article or blog ideas, then it's time to develop your strategy. So however this works for your content marketing, will you write a blog post, an article? Sometimes you can group things together in FAQ pages. And then consider how many of these can you kick out a month. Sometimes people get really gung-ho about it and they think, I'll write one a day, and then they burn out and nothing gets done. So consider what's realistic for you and make sure that you put that information in your editorial calendar. And if you want more information about that, you'll find that on the YouTube channel as well. And of course, who will do the writing? If you're doing this yourself, you need to set aside the time. If you're going to outsource it, you need to find a writer who's really good and can write in a voice that's going to benefit your brand and make you money. But something to consider if you do outsource is to avoid the cheap content trap. I've seen a lot of companies who look at these types of articles as merely an SEO play and think, oh, well, we don't have to really write that much information, or it doesn't have to be good writing. I mean, it's just an article to drive traffic. But the important thing to remember is that that article represents your brand. And even though it's not meant to be a sales letter or something that directly promotes a product or service, if it reads poorly and it doesn't really go in depth and answer the question that the reader is asking, that's not going to help you. It's actually going to lose you money. So a good article will actually help make you money because people think, wow, this company really knows what they're talking about. Maybe I should learn more, and it might be easy to work with them. So you want to find the best writer for your needs and to be open to price at this point. Some people come into it and they say, we only want to spend X for content, $10 a page, thinking that's all they want to spend because it fits with some magical budget of theirs. But that writing might not be the best type of writing for you, and it could be that you have to hire someone who is granted a little bit more expensive, but that writing again is going to make you money. But certainly it's an option for you to outsource if you find it internally you just don't have time to create new content. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me on today's little webinar. If you have any questions at all about how to write for Google, you might want to check out my How to Write for Google white paper. And you can head to my site at SEOcopywriting.com and download it for free. And if you have any questions at all, maybe you need services for article writing, or perhaps your staff needs training on how to create really great content, let me know. You can reach me at heather@seocopywriting.com or find me on Twitter at @heatherlloyd. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care and have a great day.